We're here.
We're back. Sorry we're getting this one out to you guys late. Brady decided to leave me high and dry yesterday, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm just not that important. It's not a big deal. The combat hour is supposed to be 2 people. I can't do it myself, so we have to postpone the show. It's just the way it is. It's the way it is.
That's right. No, that's what happens with those kids sometimes. They drive you crazy.
So Brady, are you gonna ask me why I'm wearing a Manny Pacquiao t-shirt? I don't know if you guys can see, but that's the Pac-Man right there, the Filipino senator.
Yeah, why are you wearing that?
Because it sounds like there's a good chance that they might be taking their talents to Yaz Island, him and Conor McGregor, and there might be an Irishman getting starched out. That's the story.
Do you think it'll be for the championship ELs?
Or for the what?
Do you think it'll be for the welterweight title?
I actually want to talk to you about that. So, if you guys don't know, Manny Pacquiao, 41 years of age, is a sitting WBA welterweight champion of the world. Now, Conor's been saying all this time that he wants to fight for a boxing world title. Manny Pacquiao has a world title. Conor hasn't fought at 145 with featherweight, 147 close enough, welterweight in boxing, same weight class, since 2016, I believe, before the Eddie Alvarez fight. I don't think he can make the weight. What do you think?
No, it's like 20. It might have been before then, like 2014 or 15. But he can't make that weight. He looked big at welterweight his last fight.
I mean, he said if he wants to have a chance at fighting for a world title, this fight makes sense because Conor's not going to be a guy that works his way up in the rankings as a boxer because he's too big of a star, but his skills don't match the guys he'd have to fight on his way up. Do you know what I'm saying? So this checks off the boxes. He's fighting a star, and there's a title. That's what he wanted to do. But he is so outmatched, and the weight class would drain him so much. I've been saying 4 rounds, but that was me thinking the fight's at 154. I completely forgot that Pacquiao is a sitting champion at 147. So if he has to go down to 147 for that fight, Pacquiao might beat him in 2.
Yeah, it'd be quick, for sure.
I'm a huge fan of both. I don't want to see it, but me and you've been calling this since January. What are your thoughts on the fight?
I would like to see it. Why not? It's not going to hurt Conor's legacy at all. Whatever. He fought 2 of the best. He made $100 million more. You know what I mean? So why not?
Okay, but how do you go from getting first? Because it's not going to be like a Floyd Mayweather where he goes 10 rounds. Like, Pacquiao's going to come at him the way Pacquiao does and try to seek and destroy, take him out. How do you sell him after that as a brand? Like, I can't see him ever going back to MMA, especially to make a third of the money. Maybe a third of the money.
Oh, he'll get paid. I guarantee that it might be bigger than the Mayweather fight.
No. I'm in the Pacquiao fight. He'll make $100 million, 100%. But after that, I can't see after he gets starched him being able to be sold back to the public as the guy he was before the Mayweather fight. Because going into the Mayweather fight, there was intrigue because he was a double champion. He was pretty much undefeated in the UFC. That he had a little hiccup with Nate Diaz, but he's basically undefeated in the UFC. And he looked unbeatable. He beat all these guys that you didn't think he was going to beat. 170. He was fighting every weight class. You can't sell me that same Mystic Mac after we've seen him lose so many times. It could be Nate Diaz, Floyd Mayweather, then Manny Pacquiao. You can't keep selling me this unbeatable force.
I think that we need to think about the fight if it happens and then think about that after. But I think Conor could fight a broom and it'd sell anytime. It doesn't matter. People are nuts about him. They just don't give a shit. So when he can lose 5 in a row and people still be interested. People still like to watch Anderson Silva fight. He's won one fight since 2015. Once you have that name, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think he's done enough that he will always somewhat sell. And I don't think, like we said, for me, we said that he wouldn't fight again after the Mayweather fight. He did twice. And I personally think, like, he would have too much money. He wouldn't fight again after the Manny fight, so he wouldn't have to worry about it again.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a sail off in the sunset, make $100 million, and go sell whiskey for the rest of your life kind of situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's get into these fights. Enough Conor speculation. So, the natural born killer, Carlos Condit, is coming back.
Who's
Taking
your
on
favorite fighter?
Is he your favorite fighter? I thought Frankie was your favorite fighter.
It's him and Frankie. I can't choose.
Okay, so he's taking on Court McGee, and he's a pretty big underdog. What are your thoughts on this? You start this one.
He is an underdog?
Yeah, big underdog.
Wow. Well, Court McGee, did he just dip? He just dipped. Guys, we're going to wait till he comes back. He just dipped on us. And he's talking about me dipping? Oh,
My bad.
boy.
I think I have to go deal with some things. Okay, continue. So what do you think about him being an underdog?
Condit hasn't won a fight since 2015, Thiago Alves. He's lost 5 in a row, so it's not that hard to see that he's underdog. He's been on rough times. Personally, he should have retired after the Robbie Lawler fight because he said at that press conference that he wanted to retire, so I don't know why he's fought 4 times. When you say you're going to retire, you should not be fighting. He said after the Damian Maia fight, I just don't want to fight anymore, and he comes back. He has a good contract, so it doesn't make sense. He's making like $350,000 a fight, so it's like not. You have money, so I think he just wants to get that win back, but I don't see him as an underdog that heavy in my opinion because Court McGee's not a heavy wrestler. He's well rounded everywhere. I don't even know. To me, and Court McGee's lost he's won in his last 5 too, so he's not anything special.
So you saying he's on a good contract, making $350,000 a fight? Yeah, but the thing is, when you fight the way the natural born killer fights, it's always going to be a bloody, tough fight. Like you're going to get hit, marked up. You're going to take shots. So win, lose, or draw, you fight Carlos Condit. You're going to take damage, and he's going to take damage himself, just the way it is. I don't know. This is one of those fights where I'm not going to pick against Carlos Condit. I've been watching this guy for years. I'm just going to ride him until the wheels fall off. I'm going to take Carlos Condit.
If he's going to win a fight, it's going to be against Court McGee. I mean, let's take a look who he's lost to. He's lost to Damian Maia, great fighter. In those 5 fights, he's lost to Neil Magny. He's lost to really good wrestlers, like Michael Chiesa. He's lost to, and he lost to Alex Oliveira, who's still a good fighter. He's not losing to pies like Court McGee. No offense. I think he should get this fight because it's gonna be stand up, and I just don't see Court McGee being able to take him down. Even though Carlos Condit's weakness is the worst takedown defense in the history of MMA. Am I right?
Yeah. It's bad. But the thing is, he makes up when he is using his leg kicks effectively. That's kind of his takedown defense.
I do see Carlos Condit winning this fight by, I'll say split decision. He gets back in the win column.
I'm not picking away. I got Carlos Condit. I'm just gonna go with Carlos Condit.
Yeah, and I would like to say that I might put a bet on that one because I just don't see him losing to Court McGee. If he loses 6 in a row, it might be off to Bellator. No one's lost 6 fights in a row and kept their job besides BJ Penn, who lost 7.
Yeah, Cerrone's getting pretty close.
Yeah. Well, that was a draw.
Yeah, but he would have lost wasn't for the point deduction. But that being said, I thought he won the fight.
Yeah, I had him up 2 rounds, which was round. So, what do we got next?
We're just gonna. I mean, do you want to talk about the first 2 fights of the main card? We can if you'd like. I could.
Nope.
Hard next on those for me.
Yep.
Okay, so we got Germain Duran. He's taking on Juliana Pena. What do you got?
We got Wildebeest versus Dime Piece.
How dare you?
I don't know. I shouldn't be doing that. I like Pena because she's good to look at, but I do have Duran stopping her actually in the second round. Just she's too strong, and she won't be taken down like Amanda Nunes took her down. Pena's kind of smaller, where I don't think I just don't see her being able to wrestle Duran.
Yeah, I mean, Germain Duran. I could be off on this, but I feel like Germain Duran is the underdog in this fight for some reason.
Yeah, you're on crazy glue right there.
But I'm with you. I think Germain Duran is going to get it done. she really only loses to the top people. She got a win over Holly Holm. I don't think she won that fight. She fought kind of dirty in that fight. I'm gonna roll with Germain Duran. She fought she gave Amanda Nunes a tough fight on the feet. So Nunes had to change her whole style up to fight her to straight grappling. I don't think Juliana Penne is gonna last. I think she gets stopped too.
Yeah, I agree with you. Second round, my pick.
Okay, I'll go third. And if you guys don't know, the most active heavyweight fighter of all time, by active, I don't mean how many times he fights in the year. I mean how many strikes he throws in a round. Jorgen De Castro, Mr. One Leg Kick, per round against Greg Hardy, taking on Carlos Felipe. How do you see this one going?
He did lose to Greg Hardy, right?
Yeah, he threw one. After the first round, he threw like 1 or 2 strikes a round. 1 or 2.
Wow. I don't know. I have De Castro winning, but it's like Burger King it's like Grimace versus the Burger King, or I don't know. There's something special happening. I didn't know that UFC had sumo fights, honestly, but I'm on that ruthless side today, eh?
But you're coming for their neck.
It has to be said. Let's be real here. This is uncensored. This is the Combat Hour. This is real talk.
Not playing.
2 people called me a casual this week, and I'm like,
who?
I don't know, just people on Instagram, and I'm like, yeah, thanks, great nickname, I love it, but
fuck him. Jorgen De Castro, I can't pick you, my man. First of all, you shouldn't be in the heavyweight division. What are you, like 5'7"? Second of all, dude, you gotta throw some shots. I don't care if you broke your foot, you broke your hand, whatever you did. He broke something in that fight. I don't care, bro. You gotta throw something. You're a fighter. Arturo Gatti fought 12 rounds with a broken hand. I don't want to hear nothing about not being able to fight with a broken hand.
Gatti, Rich Franklin, broken hand.
Thank you. What's his name? Felder fought with 1 lung, won the fight. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. These are savages. Jorgen De Castro, you're not cut out for this. You're 6-1. I think you came off of the Contender Series. I'm not familiar with Carlos Felipe, but I'm not picking the guy that throws 1 shot around. Carlos Felipe will knock him out in the 3rd round.
I do want Carlos to win, but I do think De Castro wins this fight.
Okay. Now we roll on to the headliner. We got Holly Holm taking on Irene Aldana. Okay, can I start with this one?
I want to talk about the lineup. Like, I know Carlos Condit's on hard times, but do you not think him as the co-main event would look better on a poster or promotion than those 2?
Wait a second. Jorgen De Castro is fighting in a co-main event in the UFC?
Yeah.
What? How dare you? On Fight Island too?
Yeah.
Where's Kazmat Chimaev? Shouldn't he just be jumping in, ready to take that shot?
I don't know. It's horrible.
Wow. I'm sure he would fight this guy. He would fight these guys at heavyweight, 100%.
Yeah.
He's taller than both of them.
Yeah. But yeah, we do have a good main event. I like this fight.
Holly Holm taking on Irene Aldana. You want me to start with this one?
I can start it off.
Okay.
Honestly, I see it as like a 50-45. Just, it's not going to be an exciting fight. It's going to be you hearing Holly Holm going whoo, 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 or some shit. I don't know, the whole time. But it's going to be like 50-45, 49-46. It's not going to be that competitive. It's going to be a point fighting fight. Irene Aldana got a good winner last fight, a knockout, but it was like 2019. It's been a bit ago, over Catlin Vera. It was a great knockout, but I just don't see her unless she's able to land one of those blows against Holly Holm, which they're trying to make her look like she's a powerhouse, which just because of that knockout, but she's not.
No.
So unless she lands a lucky shot, Holm should get a 50-40, 50-45 over.
So I'm looking at Aldana's resume. She lost to Raquel Pennington, Caitlin Chukagian, and Leslie Smith. So of those 3, Caitlin Chukagian is the only one that I would say is elite. Leslie Smith is solid. She's over in Bellator now doing
lower weight class.
Yeah, Pennington is solid as well, but these are not like we saw what Holly Holm did to Pennington twice. I think she won every round both times. Holly Holm controls this. She knows her boxing is better than most women in the division, except for Valentina Shevchenko. She's an amazing grappler. She trains with Jackson Wink. she just really can dominate wherever she really wants to dominate the fight. I don't see what Aldana has for her, and I'm surprised this one's as close as it is. I'm pretty sure Holm is just a slight favorite in this one. I could be off on this, but I'm pretty sure Holm's a slight favorite. I think it's going to be a very boring fight. Holly Holm just presses her against the fence, knee strikes. Like you said, it's going to be a lot of that.
Yeah.
And she wins. I think I'll give Aldana one round, but her wins. She's on a 2-fight win streak, beating Vanessa Mello and Ketlin Vieira. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not impressed by that. The people that Holly Holm has fought and beat are much better than that, and she only loses to like the greatest of all time, Nunes, Shevchenko. Who am I missing?
Her enemy, former champ.
She beat your enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. She only loses to these monsters. She only loses the top people. She will win this fight, and she'll probably fight for a title after that.
How many title shots are you going to give her, though?
She deserves it. She's always going to be right there. Always top 3. Always.
Yeah, I would like to see her, but I would like to see, like, I truly think that she'll fight for a vacant belt after this.
What vacant belt?
Nunes is going to retire after her next win, and there'll be a vacant belt.
Ooh, so you don't think Megan Anderson can pull off the up?
And I like the booty on Megan, but I don't think it happened.
Well, I might put some money on Megan Anderson. That I have a feeling. I just have this. You know when you just get an itch? I got that itch.
I have that little feeling too that she's going to pull off the upset. I was because she's really big, but Megan can do it. Don't get me wrong. But we're talking about the bantamweight title. I do see the bantamweight title regardless being up for grabs.
Yeah. Okay. So we're both rolling with the home decision dominance. Before we wrap things up here, there's a really good. Well, it's gonna be a really competitive fight. 2 top 10 junior welterweights are fighting. Jose Zepeda and Ivan Barancic on ESPN Saturday night. Check these guys out. Barancic's only loss is to Josh Taylor, and Zepeda's only loss are to Terry Flanagan, who's former world champion, and the other undefeated unified champion in that division, Jose Ramirez. And Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor on a collision course to fight each other early 2021. That's going to be great. But in the meantime, this could be for the winner of that fight. They could be the next number 1 contender. This is a fight you're going to check out. It's going to be all action. Barancic comes forward. It's going to be entertaining.
Yeah, I'll have to check it. I don't know honestly who they are, but I will watch it because I need something to do this weekend. Getting a little bored over here. Might have to go grab that new Star Wars game, and that's my weekend. So fights and Star Wars, you know.
Yeah, man. Double screen for sure. Because I mean, the UFC, there's not much there. The Condit fight, and I'll check out Holm. That's pretty much it. And then this Barancic fight. There's 3 fights I'm looking forward to. Yeah. That's it.
I'm looking forward to. I want to say, I don't not look forward to anything really. Besides the Carlos fight. But I do want to say Cody Garbrandt has pulled out of his fight. He tore his bicep. I guess they're going to do Alex Perez, who Brandon Moreno should have been over Alex Perez, in my opinion. But
Royval, man. Royval looked great against Kai Kara France.
Yeah, but Brandon Moreno's beaten Kai Kara France already, and Josemar Formiga, and you know what I mean? I think I don't think that should be a main event or for a pay-per-view. We got Valentina versus I can't even think of her name right now, but she's fighting on the card, and then we got the main event, Alex Perez versus Formiga. So, or not Formiga, Figueroa or whatever.
I'll watch Shevchenko take some girl's face off, and then I'll turn it off.
And then the card's not even stacked so far, except for Robbie Lawler versus Mike Perry.
That's a great fight. But anything else you want to add?
No, that's about everything for today. Got some King Kong to watch.
Okay, like, subscribe, share. We're going to be doing these more regularly. Things have been kind of crazy lately. Sorry about that. But we'll be back.
And we're going live next week.
Okay.
All right. Peace.
We're out.
Not bad.